Hello, Clashers, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Culture Clash. Happy Pride! It's the last weekend of June. It's the last weekend of Pride, and I am here celebrating because remember, we are not gay only in the month of June. We are gay 365 days a year, or as Portia Williams will say, 265. But either way, we stay gay, and I'm just so happy to be back with you. I'm so happy to be celebrating. And this weekend, it's a monumental weekend because it's Cincinnati Pride. I have been celebrating every single Pride at my wig. Like I've told you, it's in Asia. But this weekend, it's the big boom. We are celebrating Cincinnati Pride. And of course, I had to bring someone that can talk to us all about it. You guys have met him. You guys have talked to him. We have even asked him who his gay diva is. So please, please, please help me welcome the Director of Development for Cincinnati Pride, my good friend, Jake Hitch.
Hi.
Hello, Flag.
Hello.
How are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
I am so happy. It's Pride. It's June. It is hot as balls. And I cannot complain about it.
June's almost over. Isn't that crazy?
Bittersweet.
I know.
Summer is officially here.
Yeah.
And you can feel it.
It feels that way. Yeah.
Girl, my underboobs will tell you. It is hotter than hell.
Yeah.
But I'm just so excited. I have been celebrating Pride all month long. There has been so many events thanks to Pride, Cincinnati Pride, and so many organizers here in the city. It has felt just different. I don't know if it's, maybe I'm in a different mindset, but it has just felt like just a really exciting city to be in during Pride. And that is thanks to all of you at home who has shown up to events, everyone who is just being gay. I love it.
Yeah.
How you been? What's new since I last saw you here on the show?
What's new? Nothing. I mean, nothing really. Obviously, like you said, we've been planning everything for Pride, and we're in execution phase now. So we were saying that this week. We were obviously together already down at Sawyer Point and setting things up, and we talked about that today of like, all right, planning phase is over. Like, we're in execution phase, and it is what it is, and that's what it's going to be. So, yeah, we're excited.
It's the last mile of the marathon. As a creative person, I always feel like it's the most exciting. It's, I'm a huge, I leave things for very, very last minute. And I think it's often like an addiction that you have to just feel like that rush of, it's here. We have 48 hours, we have 24 hours. It's showtime. Let's go. And it's just amazing.
Well, it like aligns with Cincinnati Pride too, because we're always the last weekend of June. So it's always like the culmination of the month ends with Parade and Festival. So
it ends with us. It always ends with a banger.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a few things about Pride because here on the show, we have been promoting everyone to sign up for volunteers, to help raise money, to help in every way that they can. Remember that the most important thing that you can do to support is just showing up. Your presence is the most important thing. But I want to ask you, how did Cincinnati Pride do when it comes to funding? Were we able to raise money? Tell us about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously we talked about it before. We had changed kind of our process around what we were looking for with sponsors, and so that actually made us decline some. But we were able to raise all of the funds that we needed and more to be able to set the organization up and the city up for success past the festival and parade for this year, because that was really the goal. Like, we don't want this to be like the last year, right? And then we have nothing to move forward with. So we're really excited. We've raised everything that we needed, and we actually went ahead and set up, I'll give you the link. It's on our Give Butter, but it's a different campaign for the month of June. And actually all of the money that we raise for that campaign is directly going out to other organizations. So we won't even be touching it. We will just be giving it away. So that's like the place that we're in as an organization, which just feels really good. So
that's so amazing. So it is never too late to donate a little bit of money. Remember that all of the money that you donate is going to a great cause, to LGBTQ causes, to continue supporting our trans brothers and sisters, our gay and lesbian brothers and sisters, and everyone that falls within that umbrella. So thank you. How are we doing on volunteers?
Volunteers also have been, we're looking really good. So our director of volunteer engagement, her name is Kate. She is wonderful, and she has really shown up and shown out, and it's her first year with us as well. But we are in a really, really good spot. I think, at the place of like trying to find, sounds weird, but trying to find things for people to do at the festival, which we will find them things to do. And we have like, a full slot of, work that needs to be done, but just really making sure that everyone feels supported, that everyone feels good, and that everyone can still have a really good time, even if you're volunteering, right? So, and we talked about it the last time, a lot of the volunteers, they might only be coming down for an hour, 2 hours. I have some friends coming down on Friday just to help with setup. And like that's the majority of our volunteers is really just helping in different pockets, and that's great. That's exactly what we need. So yeah, we're in a really good spot.
That's so amazing to hear. Thank you to everyone who has donated, to every single person who is volunteering their time to be there. This type of events could never exist without all of you guys' help. And for everyone who might not have donated, that you might not have the money, that's okay. If you don't have the time, that's okay as well. But just remember that your presence is the most important, to show presence, to show how valuable we are, and to let the world know that we are not going anywhere. So remember, It is this coming Saturday, June 28th, starting at 11 a.m. That is when the parade will begin in downtown Cincinnati. The parade will end around 1 p.m. at Sawyer's Point, and then from there will be a huge festival that it is so much fun. There's so many entertainers that I'm really excited to see. Tell us about some of the entertainers.
Yeah. So obviously we're showcasing entertainment at 3 different stages. So we have the tunnel stage, we have the main stage, we have the red gate stage. So it's spread out all across the festival at Sawyer Point. But everything from local drag, local entertainers, we have some different things down at the red gate stage, which will be, I think we have some like poetry reading, we have some like singer-songwriters performing, and then some of our headlining entertainment on the main stage is Big Frida, which I cannot wait for.
I cannot wait for Big Frida.
I will be getting as close to the stage as possible.
Right.
So very excited for that. So yeah, it's gonna be really, really fun.
I'm also just I'm obviously really excited to see Big Frida, but I'm so excited to see our local queens, our local drag talent, our local talent that comes within the city and really just brings this like amazing event together, to see what they put on, the wigs, the outfit. It's gonna be hot, but who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares? Speaking of being hot, are there any VIP tickets still available?
There are not. Actually, VIP is sold out. We are completely sold out. So we are really excited for that. I think it's the first year that I've been involved for many years, and I don't know if we've ever sold out a VIP. Yeah, I'm super excited for that as well. It's a Pink Pony Club theme. So I'm very excited.
Good. Do we have any like big queen, other than obviously Big Frida?
Yeah,
do we have any big drag entertainers coming to Cincinnati this
We do not. I do know that Lexi Love will be in the parade, so that's very exciting, as she is, local queen. Just did very well on Drag Race, and very actually friend of mine, and I've known her for many, many years. Many years.
She was just on the show, and I was like, okay, girl, like we're gonna edit a lot of this.
Many years we've known each other.
We spent about an hour and 30 minutes, and our producer could not cut us. Yeah, so she'll be there.
Yeah, so she'll be there.
And then Chastity going to be there?
Chastity will be there. So Chastity Marie is Mixed Cincinnati Pride 2025.
Yeah.
That's what year we're in. Yeah. So she'll be there. She'll be performing, and then, like I said, tons of different local queens and different entertainment. So yeah, really excited.
Perfect. And this is really, I mean, obviously, like, come and support Lexi. Everyone will. But come and support your local queens before they get on Drag Race. This is the time to show support to these queens. They are working so hard. They are in the heat and giving us performance. They're giving us looks. They're giving us hair, everything. So make sure that you come and watch the show and just enjoy it. It's going to be so much fun. I can't believe that everything has been sold out.
Yeah, I know. I was also thinking, like, and I have my little cheat sheet of notes here because I didn't want to miss anything. But yeah, singers on the Red Gate stage, trivia. We have some dance troupes performing. There's also going to be, we have a karaoke space there.
Ooh, girl.
I know. I don't know if I should have told you
No,
that
you
personally.
should.
But yeah, we're trying to just have many different things that appeal to everyone, right? Because, like, I love me some drag. I also know, and we know that not everyone is into drag,
Right.
right? So we want to be able to present different kinds of entertainment and really try to appeal to every audience that's going to be there. So
That's really amazing. That's really amazing. So, you know, if drag is not your thing, there's going to be so many other things. I heard that there is face painting, that there are like activities for kids.
yes.
I love, love, love that. So, one of the things I also wanted to praise you on, I last week, and listen, I've heard all of you that I kiss way too much ass. I don't care. But one of the things I really want to praise you in the entire organization. Last week, I was on a meeting. I have been talking about this for months, but the Culture Clash is so lucky to be able to participate on the parade this coming Saturday. So if you see our float, say hi. We'll be waving. I won't be shirtless, don't worry, but I'll be there. But I had to attend a meeting, and it was just a safety meeting about how everything is organized, what time I needed to show up. And I was just gagged at the logistics at how everything is ABC. They have a phone number and email that if we see something, if there is some sort of safety concern or anything, like they were like, you call this number, blah, 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 blah. So if anyone at home, and I'm gonna let Jake speak on this, but if anyone at home is feeling a little unsafe about the climate that we're living in, just know that Cincinnati Police Department, as well as the entire committee of Pride, is doing everything in their hands to ensure that we have the best and the safest parade. So let's talk about that, because they were very adamant about not engaging with protesters, making sure that if we see something, we say something. So what can you tell people who might be bringing their kids or it might be their first time coming to Pride?
Yeah, listen, I think anytime that you're going to have something as this large in a public setting, you have to be prepared to really see anything, right? And so we try to make sure that not only ourselves, but then anyone partaking in parade and festival just has some like knowledge behind what to do in these situations. And like we can't stop, nor would we stop anyone from protesting or anything like that. Like it is your right to protest, absolutely, and we understand that. But you know, we just want to make sure that everyone is knowledgeable and at the end of the day can feel safe. And it's a lot of reasons why like we don't really release a lot of information to the public around specifics of exactly where this person's going to be or this organization's going to be, right? Like we don't put a lot of maps out there. We don't put a lot of that stuff out there. That's one of the reasons why we do that, or we don't do that, right? But the other thing is that not only are we working with police department, which I know has a lot of feelings, especially in our like community and marginalized communities. It's also just working with city officials. So anything that we do, parade and festival related, like everything has to go through an approval process with the city of Cincinnati and city officials. So not like police officers or anything like that, like actual city of Cincinnati employees. And it's really just making sure that like everyone is best set up for success and like everything is, I don't know, all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted, you know?
Amazing. It makes me, after the meeting that I was lucky to attend, made me feel very safe, made me feel very comfortable about going. And when you said we cannot stop anyone on exercising their right to protest, they also cannot stop us from our right to exist. So being there, being fearless, knowing that you have one another, I don't really cry, but when it comes to events like that, it makes me very emotional because you understand in this climate, we often hear so many negative things on social media. When you show up to events like this, you really realize the amount of people that are here supporting you. I was lucky to also attend the No Kings protest a few months ago, or a few weeks ago. And Cincinnati Police Department was extremely helpful in making sure everybody was safe. So don't be afraid. Come out and enjoy with us. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
You'll be working 24/7.
Yeah, already am.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you there.
Yeah.
If you see Jake Hitch, offer him a bottle of water and a shot.
Yeah.
He'll be running around.
I'll be running around.
Gorgeous.
I'll make sure that I have fun though, too.
Oh, yeah.
know?
Yeah. I heard that there are parties happening around the city, like after, and there will be many, many things. This weekend in Cincinnati is going to be one of the most amazing weekends. So
Yeah.
come and celebrate. If you're on the verge, like if you're in Columbus, Chicago, like truly just come and enjoy the city and see what it has to offer.
I cannot tell you how many people that I talk to from people that don't live in Cincinnati that have come to our like parade and festival in the past, even like last year, and said like, this is unquestionably one of the best parades and festivals. I think like the setup that we have as far as like going through downtown and then ending at Sawyer Point, which is where the festival is, and just Sawyer Point in general is like a fantastic space to host a festival like that. I mean, Oktoberfest ended up just moving down there this past year, I think because it's such a successful space. So yeah, I think like we are just so fortunate in the city of Cincinnati to have the like spaces that provide just such a good experience. So I'm super excited.
So there you go. So come and find out for yourself how amazing this event is going to be. I always tell people like truly this is a family event. This is where you can bring your kids to blow bubbles and see clowns and wigs and see how much fun everyone is having and to really just see what we're all about. It is not so much of what you think. So if you have the opportunity, please come and join us this coming Saturday.
Yeah, and it is really for everyone. Like we have, there will be different, we have different inclusive zones at the festival. So there is a family fun zone, and that's where kind of you talked about like we'll have a foam pit, we have button making, there's balloons, and I'm trying to use my cheat sheet here, but a slip and slide, some photo booths. And that's just in the family fun zone. Then we have the teen zone. So there'll be different activities for teens to do as well. There's a sober zone for anyone that obviously, so much of Pride and festivals as people are thinking about like drinking, right? But we do have a sober zone for anyone wanting to be there with some really good NA cocktails. We have an art zone, which they'll be like producing some art, and it's in collaboration with a local artist. And those are just like those inclusive zones, right? And then we have everything else. So yeah, it really is for everyone, and you can find a space that is best for you. So
there you go. I can't wait to see you guys. We can't wait to see you. If you see the Culture Clash, say hi. We'll be working around the clock. So if I come up to you with a microphone, don't be shy. I know you got a lot of things to say because you guys catch me at the bar and they'll be like, so let me tell you about this. So everything that you have to say, come and tell me on Saturday. I'll be there. I'm an open book. Okay, so moving on to another story.
Okay.
You cannot sit on this couch, even though you have, without telling us who your gay diva is.
Okay, I'm so glad that you asked me this question because you know my number one.
Yes.
I've never questioned that Christina Aguilera is my number one. However, I was hoping you were going to ask me again because I feel like there is another queen that I am realizing more and more just how iconic she is, Shania Twain.
Oh, well, yes.
Has anyone mentioned her?
No.
Okay, I didn't think
No.
so. And also, why? Why have they not?
But she's iconic.
She is iconic, and I will say, not even a straight man can hear a Shania Twain song come on and not sing along.
I mean, come on. When I feel like a woman, like you
Yeah.
feel like a woman.
Like, that straight man feels like a woman
Yes.
when he hears that song,
Yes, yes.
right?
Shania is up there.
She is up there. And
The
I
original
I
country
grew up in
girl.
Kentucky, like small town, like you gotta root for Shania Twain.
What is your favorite Shania Twain song?
Oh. That's a hard
That's a hard one, right?
That's maybe that don't impress me much.
I was just about to say that. And
Yeah.
the look that she wears, I have been asking everyone to do that look for gay icons. That cheetah print getting off the bus, iconic. I love Miss Shania.
Yeah, I'm really trying to think about my number one song.
We'll take that. That don't impress me much is quite amazing.
What is the song called that says it starts with "Looks like we made it"?
Looks like we made it.
You're still the one.
You're still the one.
That is
Thank
absolutely
you.
that is my number one. It is the most beautiful song.
P.S. A straight man in in the room just had to tell us what that song was. Okay?
That's what I'm saying.
Gay-
She appeals to everyone.
Gay card, homophobic. The three other gays in the room did not know the song, and a straight man had to come up and tell us what it was. That's homophobic. Oh, gay pride.
I love Shania Twain.
Love her. I love her, and I know so many girls that love her.
She does not beat Christina Aguilera. I want to clarify for
But
all the fighters out there, but she's a close second for me.
I love that you gave us two. I thought you were going to say Lana Del Rey.
You know that I'm not going to say that.
You said no, ma'am.
To
not
each
today.
their own, I guess.
To
but
each their own. Well,
you can't be that sad all the time. I'm sorry.
Some girls are.
I'm sad a lot, but not that sad.
You know, those girls hit the Benjamin and the iced coffee listening to Lana Del Rey, and they're good. But speaking of queens, I want to talk to you about some pop culture news that have happened.
Okay.
And the first thing that I want to talk to
I
you.
hope that I know this person that you bring up, because the last time we did this, I didn't know who you were talking about.
Oh, well, you know every single person here. I ran it through your team.
Okay.
I asked your assistant, and they said, oh, they're best friends. I said, great. Let's talk shit about her
Love
best
that.
friends. The first thing I want to talk to you is Drag Race. Are you watching Drag Race?
Oh, girl, yeah. I can talk about that.
Season 10 All-Stars. So last season, it came to the top two was Ms. Denali and Ginger Minch singing Miley Cyrus. What was the song? Hold on. See You Again.
See you again.
By Miley Cyrus. And Ginger Minch ended up beating Ms. Denali. And the fandom is going up in flames. Do you agree that Ginger Minch deserved the win?
I don't. I do think that Denali went a little bit over the top. But I do think that yes, I think that Denali should have won.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before I go into it, because Ginger Minch, she's already getting way too much hate online. And I want to specify this. Ginger Minch falls in the same category as Jinx Monsoon for me. For me, personally, for me. You cannot take the talent away from those girls. They are really extremely talented. They're not my type of drag, but I totally understand their drags. I have seen Jinx Monsoon's play that she had a few times, like a few years back, and I thought she was fantastic. Did I believe that she deserved to win that lip sync? No, I did not. Denali is also one of my favorite drag queens on the show, so I was a bit disappointed. But with that being said, I don't think that Ginger needs to be receiving all the hate that she's getting from the fandom. Call Rue. Yell at him, because Rue was the one who made that decision.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's so funny that you brought up Jinx, because I feel the exact same way. Super talented. Her like Judy Garland Snatch Game.
Oh.
So good. She's just not my she's not my cup of tea. But I can't deny that she's super talented. But yeah, I agree. I think the hate for Ginger is frustrating when it all boils down to the fact that she's not writing the show or the concepts for the show, right? Like, yes, they did a country song, right? Or like whatever. They're doing all of these things that really lend itself to Ginger and the things that she's good at, but she didn't ask that. Like she didn't plan that. So it can't really like fall on her.
And I just hate that if she does end up winning, or even if she doesn't win, her talent and the things that she is doing will get watered down. And I really do hate that. It kind of goes back to the whole Shangela and Trixie winning.
I can't get started on that.
I mean, listen, there's so many that we cannot get started on.
Trixie is another one. Don't hate me, okay? Because we all have our own thoughts and opinions and feelings. She's a little bit like Jinx to me. Of like, I love Trixie. I think she's great. She's obviously been super successful. She's built her own brand. Shangela should have won All Stars 3.
But with all of the allegations, then you're like, oh, well, we're kind of glad that Shangela didn't win. You know, sometimes you're like, oh, Mama Ru does know better.
Yeah.
But then you have season 4 and season 2 that Mama Ru did not know better. And, you know, I really was loving season 10 up until this last bracket. It really just...
well, after the second bracket, anything's going to feel like a letdown.
Yeah. See,
you know?
The second bracket was
You can't
so
have
good.
that bracket and then follow it with a bracket that's not that. You know what I mean? It's just so... It's boring.
And
I hate to say that, but it is.
And the whole like situation after Ginger Minch, like I just feel like it waters down and dilutes everyone else's talent. Like you have Asset Betty, who is getting her redemption, who Diabetti, who I did not care for Diabetti. And now I'm like, oh wait, she really is talented.
I actually couldn't stand either of the Bettys on their season, and
Agreed.
I love both of them this season. I think they've both been great.
I agree. So
Yeah.
it's a good way to like come back and have a, you know, relive your career. But I do feel a little bit bad for Ginger because at the end of the day, if she does win those $200,000, it just doesn't even feel as good. It just, you're like, just keep the money as long as I have people's love and people's...
I don't know, I'd want that money.
True.
I would want that money. But
True.
I agree with you, though. Like, I think, listen, like, Ginger is not struggling to get booked anywhere before All Stars, after All Stars. So I think the money could be there. I mean, it's going to be nice. It would be nice to win it, right? But I don't think it's everything for them. And, I mean, they all have huge careers and get a lot from Drag Race. So winning or not winning, like, you're going to make a lot of money. So I agree with you. I think it's really tough to feel, I don't know, to have that feeling of like, man, I just won, but like so many people are telling me that maybe I didn't deserve to win. Like that doesn't feel good.
And Trixie has talked about that, how like it has affected her when like she's like, I was just doing my job and I thought that I won because of the job that I did, but turns out that people don't feel the same way.
That season was just so weird though because she didn't really win any challenges.
And the last two was her and what's
Kennedy.
her name? And Kennedy, and it's like those were not the top two. Like, come on, those were not the top two. But you know, RuPaul has now taken Trixie under his wing, and he's making a lot of money off of her. And I'm not hating on that.
Yeah, I feel like every other season I agree with the winner. I go through like I agree, then I disagree, I agree, I disagree.
Yeah.
So
is there one queen that has not won that you're like she should have won?
Gigi Good should have won.
Clap if you agree. Although Jada,
She should have won.
Jada Essence Hall was amazing, but Gigi Good should have won.
I have feelings about. I think she's another one for me that I'm like I can understand. She's talented. I actually just got to see Jada in Drag Race Live when I was in Vegas a couple weeks ago, and like I can understand her talent. Just not my cup of tea. And honestly, like Gigi is good at everything. Everything. And a huge reason why Simone won the following season, Simone is one of my favorite queens.
Correct.
I feel like without Gigi, there is no Simone. So I feel like I cannot wait for her. I hope she does an All Stars at some point, but I also feel like she doesn't need to.
I agree.
So.
But it is also very crazy to me that Rue did not make Gigi the winner, because Gigi really was like a diamond in the rough. Like, you could have really pushed her to have a very big, successful career. But I think that Rue said, oh, you know what, let's get Jada. We can put her on every single Vegas live and we can get more juice out of it.
I think Gigi was in a different spot. So she's like fully transitioned now.
Correct.
She's beautiful,
Stunning.
beautiful, and does a lot of like designing. So she's like doing a lot of like fashion design, and she creates looks and for so many different people, and not even just drag, but like costuming for so many different things, and hair and makeup, and she kind of does everything. So she's like, I don't know, I think she kind of pulled herself away a little bit to like figure out her brand and figure out where she was going in life and what she wanted to do. And I don't know, I follow her like obsessively on socials because I just love her so much. So
same. And you know that I actually heard a nasty rumor that she was supposed to be the villain of her season.
Really?
But then the whole situation with Sherry Pie happened. And they didn't, Sherry Pie allegedly was supposed to be the winner of that season. That apparently like she did so good. And they, like, the producers were like, okay, Sherry's gonna win. And then at the end, they were like, wait, fuck, like, we can't have her win. And they did not expect Jada to do so well. So they just pushed Jada to be the winner. But then if the original season had aired, Sherry Pie would have been the winner, and Gigi Good would have been like a big villain. So at least
Isn't that wild?
At least I'm glad that Gigi Good did not get the bad edit.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that's just nasty. I know you didn't ask me about my winner, and I know that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna ruffle off a lot of feathers.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna ruffle off a lot of feathers, but if there is one winner that should have won her season, was the one and only Miss Valentina. She should have never been on All Stars. She should have won season 9, and she would have come on All Winners. Valentina is my girl. She represents the Latinos, kind of like the Selena fans.
Okay.
She said that herself. So, what was it? Audience favorite?
Miss Congeniality?
Yeah, well, remember they took that from her?
Oh, yeah.
Aja took that from her?
Yeah.
Fan favorite.
Fan favorite.
So, to my fan favorite, I love you, Valentina. You are my star.
I would have been fine with that season, actually. That was a really different season for me. And I would have loved that too.
But it gave us one of the most iconic lip syncs. The Roses with Miss Sasha Velour. Another queen who I think Sasha is so talented. I don't get her fashion. I don't get her taste. But she's extremely talented.
Super talented. I can't take that away from her.
Yeah.
I think even after seeing the Final Four song performance, like Shea Coulee
By far.
absolutely killed it. And I thought she was going to win based off that. And then it's funny because she says that like Roses haunted her for years.
Of course, because we all saw the Roses. We're like, Rue, you can't give it to anyone else. Shea did win All Stars, right? She did. Okay, so Miss Shea got
it back.
And then she went to an all-winner season. Yeah. Okay, so Shea, we love you. I love Shea.
She got her accolades.
And those fashion that she did on, I think it was All Stars or All Winners. Her fashion was right off the runway. Haute couture. I was like, okay, girl, you got connections.
She's so great.
Yeah. Okay, well, speaking of haute couture, speaking of fashion, and speaking of a queen, let's talk about Beyonce.
Okay.
Because Beyonce and Miley Cyrus take the stage for night 1 of the Cowboy Carter Tour in Paris. Beyonce and Miley Cyrus have brought the star power to Paris. Just days after closing out her record-breaking London shows, Beyonce took her Cowboy Carter Tour to Paris, where she kicked off the first of 3 nights at Stade de France. But little did the audience member know that they were in for an extra special surprise. Did you see Miss Hannah Montana popping up?
No.
What?
Okay, I've not seen it yet.
Okay, well, let me tell you.
I heard about it. I just haven't seen it yet.
So Beyonce welcomes Miley on stage. She like stars rising. She's wearing this gold Alexander McQueen, and they start singing "To Most Wanted."
Okay.
And the pure joy that you saw on Miley's face, singing with her, being in the presence of her, and then like there are so many videos of Miley when she was like 13, 14, talking about how Beyonce was like her number one. It was such a surreal moment. I also just love how there are people that become stars and there are people who were meant to be stars. And every time I see Miley either being chased by paparazzi, photographed by paparazzi, or on a big stadium like that, like she just knows how to handle being a
Oh
celebrity.
yeah. So first and foremost, they're two voices that I didn't ever think would work very well together because Miley's voice is so different, but they sound so good together.
So good.
I also think it's impossible for Beyonce to sound bad with anyone. But Miley, her glow up, which I mean, I will say her glow up is amazing and she looks so good. But like, I loved me some bangers, Miley. So like, I'm for that too. I don't know if there's been an era of Miley that I don't like.
Agreed.
I think she's so talented and so creative and yeah, like the era she's in now,
And I
love it.
It's very interesting that you say that because it brings me back to that interview that Miley had not long ago where she was like, you know what? I am very different than Beyonce. To Beyonce's fans, she is her queen. She is our queen. We look up to her, we put her on a pedestal. And I feel that to my fans, I am their friend. We grew up together, we messed up together. And it's true. When she was going through like the whole VMAs and bangers, we were at Adonis at the swimming pool and skipping, you know, like hopping fences so that we wouldn't get X's.
That freaking fence, man.
That freaking fence. If everyone and anyone in Cincinnati, if you grew up in Cincinnati, there was a place called Adonis, amazing bar. I'm sorry that we had to hop the fence, but we didn't want to get X's on our hands.
No, but I ended up getting caught. How many times did you jump the fence at
Actually,
Adonis?
I never. I never did.
You never did?
I had a fake ID.
Oh. Well, our friends jumped the fence every single night.
Every time.
I did it twice and I got caught.
Oh.
And I was like,
I
how
know,
is this happening to me?
I know a few girls that would hop the fence every weekend. I'm not going to mention names like Van Winkle
And
Evan.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
The Van Winkle sisters. They were
Yeah.
hopping fences, girl.
And I'm like, I hopped the fence once. You had to, because the back side of it where the fence was where they had the shows, the drag shows.
Yes.
So, and the whole wall was windows, like wall to, or ceiling to floor, right? Except for like 1 foot at the very bottom. So you had to army crawl under to not have people see you through the windows. Like, oh, those people are like walking over, like across the fence. So I remember army crawling and getting all the way to where I thought I was like safe or free. And I look up and one of the security guards who I ended up working at Below Zero with for many, many years. And still I talk to her a lot, but she was just standing there with her arms crossed. And I was like, damn it.
So a lot of the people, not only did you have to hop the fence because you wanted to drink, which, come on, you know, we have all been underage. You will find a way to drink inside the bar. But the cover was also $20.
Yeah.
Girl, we were 19. We were not paying no $19.
And that was like 15 years ago.
15 years
20 years ago.
So it's like charging $30 to $40
Yeah.
now. But it was the place to be.
I didn't care. We made it work.
Yeah, I don't.
And you had to get a taxi.
A taxi.
Or you had to have a DD, or
DD.
you were very unsafe to get over there because it wasn't just downtown. Like it was a drive, you know, and
Yeah.
Uber and Lyft weren't around yet.
Girl, you just go home with someone else.
That's true.
And
That's
then you
true.
just pick up the car the next day. Oh yeah, those were some good times.
Or
but
you just went to Jerry's house, which was right down the street.
We all been to Jerry's house.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you have been to Jerry's house.
Do you still live there?
Yeah, he does.
Really?
Jerry's still around. I saw him not long ago.
In the
So-
same house?
In the same house. So the hot tub is still there.
We might need to get a new hot tub.
Girl, just pour some more chlorine. That's
Yeah,
what we did.
that's true,
Oh,
that's
the
true.
good times. The good times we could talk about. But yeah, that was my like growing up with us, listening to bangers and going
Yeah.
to Adonis.
Yeah.
And those were some of the best moments of our lives. Let's get into a little. Well, okay. I want to get your take on this because you're not a Lana Del Rey fan. So I want to
Okay.
get your take on this. Are you an Addison Rae fan?
I do like Addison Rae.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this will be good. So Lana Del Rey announces Addison Rae as the opener for her shows in London.
Okay.
On June 22nd, it was announced that Rae will be opening for Lana Del Rey on her upcoming shows at Wembley Stadium. The Rae duo, see, Rae, is expected to hit the stage on July 3rd and 4th, less than 1 month after the 24-year-old played her first London show at the Box. So Miss Addison Rae just had an album, really good, very underrated for the gays, but I feel like she's still a girl of the gays. And she's going to be opening up for Lana Del Rey. What do you think?
I think that would be something to maybe entice someone who doesn't care for Lana Del Rey to go see that show, to be able to see Addison Rae.
A younger generation.
Yes.
A little more upbeat pop.
I like when artists do that, of maybe someone a little bit, obviously they're trying to grab like new acts, right? But maybe just someone different. I feel like their styles are very different. So I appreciate that. It makes me think back to the last time Kesha was here, and she played at the
Casino?
No, was that in
River?
Newport at like Venture
Oh, yes,
One
yes, yes,
or what's
okay.
it, whatever it's
I-
Chroma
yeah, I don't-
West? Yeah. And her opening act was Betty Who.
Oh,
which
that's
I
right.
was so much more and I love Kesha, but I was so much more excited for Betty Who that I was like, all my friends were like, we're going to the Kesha concert, and I was like, girl, I'm going to the Betty Who concert.
I'm
all
going to
right?
Betty Who.
So that's why I think like I would go see Addison Rae, and then Lana, I guess,
just
would
stay
play
there.
after her. Yeah.
And well, like also like, what do you do? Like, do you know, like, it's so different to go from an Addison Rae show to a Lana Del Rey.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I would get so hyped and so excited, and then I would leave super depressed.
Right. But if
don't
anybody
know.
wants to fly me to London, I'll make space.
But what she should do is then bring in Tate McRae as a closing act, because she still has the Ray, right? So it's still the
the Rays.
Ray show,
That would be the Ray family.
and then she would end it on a high.
Well, I just think Lana Del Rey has such a niche followers.
I agree.
That if Lana decides to open up a cult and be like, come on, let's all turn on the gas stove and go to bed.
You've seen the like famous meme of like, I don't know if is it actually her that was like working in the like fast food restaurant.
Yes.
It was really her
Yes. She was working at Waffle House.
before she got famous,
No. She just said, I'm going to go work at Waffle House and flip a burger.
and they said yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of iconic.
That no, I love that.
Yeah.
Good for her.
I think like it just talks to like this Americana.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I get that people are like, what the fuck is Lana Del Rey? You can't be that sad all the time. But I just think it speaks to this like Americana diner, daddy cigarettes kind of thing that the gays are just, I mean, every gay man with daddy issues.
I like her more knowing that was actually her, because I think that's really funny.
I mean, she got married. She is married to an alligator tour, who she went to a Goodwill and I was gonna say like a $20 dress, but ain't no dress at Goodwill that's $20 nowadays. So she found a thrifted wedding dress, and she just went and got married to an alligator tour. So you know, like she really does talk the talk and walk the walk.
Okay.
So for that, if anyone is in London and gets to see Ms. Lana Del Rey and Addison Rae, tag us.
A couple of queens from Bloom just went to see Bay in London, I believe. Nala.
Evelyn is everything
And
and,
Evelyn
Nala.
Everything.
I was so jealous.
Yeah.
And I think they were there for either Miley or Jay-Z, because Jay-Z came on. Okay, I have a hot take. And Beehive, don't fucking come for me, because I love Queen Bee. Okay, she cannot do anything wrong. I love her. But you know that part where she brings out Rumi, and when she brings out Blue, and it's like this family thing. Do you know what I think it's happening here? She knows the allegations of the whole P. Diddy and my husband and this and that. And she said, let's show my wholesome family. How dare you think that this woman, who has two beautiful daughters on stage, could ever be involved in such a thing? I'm not saying it's a PR stunt.
You think she's trying to separate herself from
I think she is trying to
the
show
allegations about Jay-Z with Diddy?
I think that when you see a woman being a mother, then you have a little bit more compassion to forget. Like, oh my God, could Beyonce do it? Maybe. Could Beyonce, the mother, do those things? Absolutely not. So I think that this is a little, I'm not saying it is. Again, I love seeing Rumi. I saw her in Chicago. Amazing. But I think it has a little bit to do with it. And JC coming on the last night at Paris, it's like, look at my beautiful family. How could we ever be involved in something like that?
Yeah, could be. Could be. I don't know. I am so I'm always so shocked to see how old Blue is. And she's not even that old, but like, you remember Beyonce performing Love on Top and like popping her jacket open and announcing she was pregnant, and like that being such an iconic moment. And like now you see like Rumi on stage and you see Blue and you're like,
what?
You're not that much different in age, but like Blue is like an adult. And it's weird.
Yeah. How are you 13? Because when I found out your mom was pregnant, I was 22.
Right.
And now I'm 23. So the math ain't mathing,
it's not
girl.
Mathing,
This
right?
is like, you're supposed to be 2 years old.
Look at the space. Like, I am still 25.
Yes.
You know?
And also for everyone, now that we're talking about Blue Ivy and everyone hating on Northwest, stop. Hate on her dad, hate on her mom. They're grown-up people. This is a child. A 13-year-old child just trying to be her best self. So everyone out there making comments about Blue Ivy, everyone out there making comments about Northwest, just stop. It is not funny. It is not funny. We do not do that. Those are children. Come for me. I'm a grown-ass woman. But someone that I do want you to come for, well, actually, no.
Okay.
I don't want you to come for her, and especially during this time. Let's talk about Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom. Have you heard about this?
No.
Are you a fan of Katy Perry?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Okay, well, maybe after this.
I've had moments of being
yeah.
a Katy girl, but no.
Okay, well, let me tell you. So, Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom's relationship doesn't appear to be all sunshine this summer. In recent weeks, the fireworks singer and the Lord of the Rings actor have met headlines as fans continue to question their relationship status. So people are saying that they are splitting.
Okay.
And one of the reasons is because when Katy Perry went to space, Orlando Bloom was nowhere to be found, right? And we were all like, okay, well, he's working, no big deal. Jeff Bezos is getting married this weekend in Venice. And Katy Perry, unfortunately, cannot make it because she's on tour with the 36 people who are going to see her.
I was going to say, who is going to see that tour? I'm sorry.
Listen, they deny me tickets.
Shame on you for trying to get those tickets.
I don't even want to drag nobody, but listen, I got tickets for Beyonce.
Yes.
I've got tickets for Taylor Swift. Their team has been so accommodating, like literally sending me VIP. Like, yes, don't worry about it. Tickets will be here. I asked for first of all, Katy Perry tickets in Chicago were $56. So I requested some tickets, and I was like, we would love to cover the show. And they were like, we're not accepting requests. So fuck her. Her and her 36 fans.
They have to get all the money that they can.
You would think you would like to
assuming.
get all the people that you can.
Yeah.
Whether they're paying or not. But whatever. They're allegedly getting divorced. Orlando Bloom has RSVP to Jeff Bezos' wedding, but Katy Perry's not going because she's on tour. So now people are like, so you're making time to go to the wedding, but not to your girls take off to space? But here's my other thing.
But also, how weird and random was it that she went to space?
Oh,
I can't with that.
We can have an entire episode.
We could have sent so many more important people, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to just like be on the like Katy hate train, but like there could have been so many more people that we could have sent into space that I feel like would have been more influential, more impactful.
Or could have gotten something better out of it.
Yes, or gotten something out of it than Katy Perry.
I also think that money could have been used a little bit better.
Like they had an extra seat and she didn't have anything to do.
Yeah, and then she's like out here releasing her tour set list on space, like looking at the camera on herself while like you're in space. I still believe that is not real. I think that was Hollywood thing. But whatever. Now, okay, to give you a little perspective on Katy Perry and why this is a little bit sad, is because last time that she was on a big tour, I think it was the Sweet Dream.
Was it with her breakup with Russell Brand?
Yes.
Okay, that was sad.
Sad. So for anyone who has not seen this documentary, it's a documentary where she's being followed about her tour and right before she's about to get on stage.
Thank you for talking about this.
She gets
Go ahead.
an email or a text message or a phone call, something, where Russell asks her for a divorce. Like, the divorce is happening. She is on the chair getting her hair and makeup done, and she starts crying. And they're like, we can cancel the tour. And she's like, no, it's fine. Let's go. She gets on that elevator. She gives everyone a great show. And then months later, we find out that she's getting divorced. So the thought of this poor woman who really has been going through a hate train, a lot of it deserved. A lot of it is deserved. 98% of it is deserved. But the thought of Katy Perry first denying me tickets, sitting on that glam chair.
Number one.
In that same day, three things.
Deny the ticket.
You deny me tickets, you sit on that glam chair, and you get asked for divorce. That would be brutal.
I'm so glad that you brought this up because I actually forgot about that movie. Or it was a
documentary,
right?
yeah.
On Netflix or something. I think it came out like when COVID happened.
I think it's been around, but like it had a big during
resurgence.
Summer. Yeah.
Okay. So this is where I like turn the tide because although I have very strong feelings about Katy Perry, that was one of the most like incredible documentaries that I've ever watched in that moment specifically. Like she is like completely collapsed in a chair and bawling her eyes out, and they like it is moment like you can hear the audience out there like
Yeah.
and she says like no, let's go, like I'm gonna do the show. And I don't know how anyone would be able to do that. And then I think she performed on, maybe it was like the VMAs at that same time, like after their breakup, singing It's Not Like the Movies, which that is like that is a beautiful song. Yeah. And it was like, she was up really high on a swing and swinging, and it was like showing video clips of their wedding in the background. And like that is heartbreaking. So anyone to have to go through something like that, number one, is super sad. But like to do it in the public eye, and have so much like criticism around every decision that you make and everything going on in your own personal life, like that's super tough. So I don't know. That, I hope that that's not really happening again. But
I mean, we have all like gone through a situationship for 3 weeks, and things don't work out, and the next day you just feel like you have to call off work. Like you just want to like curl up in bed and forget about the world. I cannot imagine an entire divorce, an arena, because she was not doing stadiums, an arena full of people, and you have to go on and give a show.
Yeah.
So I just really, really hope that if the whole divorce thing is happening, I hope that it was because of her, and she also did not get an email after denying me tickets while she was sitting on the chair getting her glam done.
And let's be honest, whenever I think about Orlando Bloom, I think about those pictures of him on the beach.
I think of the extra foreskin that looked tasty.
Those are the pictures that I'm referring to.
Someone show up.
That's what I think about when I think about Orlando Bloom.
Someone show up as gay icons in a surfboard.
That would be so good.
Yeah, naked.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I hope Katie's doing well. I know all this hate. But also, Katy, I was having a weak moment about Katy, and I'm like, I hope she's okay. But then she goes online after like the No Kings protest, and she's like, I am tired of fighting. I don't remember the word that she used, but basically saying like, I'm tired of fighting rich people like taking over our rights. And it's like, you were just with Lauren Sanchez in Paris for her engagement wedding. Like, what the fuck do you mean, girl? You are part of this society. Right. So, again, Katy Perry is just like one of those things that she's just always saying things to be on the right side of history, but never doing the right thing. So do the right thing, Katy. Divorce your man if you have to. Stop hanging out with the Bezos, and approve my tickets.
And don't be on American Idol as a judge if you're not an American Idol. I'm just going to say that.
Or if you don't even have the chops to do it.
Yes.
Leave Mariah to do that. And even Mariah was too big for that.
Mariah and Nicki together, though, was that not so cool?
Great.
Awful for them.
For them.
Great for us.
Great
TV.
I wish, actually, that they would have gotten a better image of two women supporting each other. Because they're both amazing.
Yeah.
And speaking of Nicki Minaj, I want to talk to you about Cardi B.
Okay.
Cardi B, one last thing real quick. She announced her new album.
I saw that yesterday.
It's called
today.
Am I the Drama? And she was asked if she was inspired by Scarlett MD, TikTok, very famous sound. Am I the drama? And she said no. I said, girl, come on. It is okay to say that you are inspired by local drag queens, by artists, by LGBTQ plus people. I know that not a lot of people know that that's Scarlett Envy on TikTok sound that says, am I the drama? But it is. So
also, that was that was a great chance during Pride Month to get in with the gays. Not that she's not already, 'cause she's Cardi B, but what a great moment for you to be able to snatch onto.
Cardi could have also said oh my God, was that her? I didn't realize.
Right.
And invite her on a show and
or for her to say, I actually said it first. She got it from me.
Right. And then do a little TikTok with her. But I was like, Cardi, come on, you know better. But she's doing great.
Yeah.
Fuck Offset. She was also in Paris. And that tells me, there's drama there because remember that Nicki was super close with the Carters. She did a collaboration with Beyonce. So people are saying that Nicki Minaj is coming up with a collaboration. Not Nicki, I'm sorry. Cardi and Beyonce will be...
They haven't yet.
They have not.
Which that is kind of crazy that they haven't.
That will be the biggest slap in the face to Nicki Minaj. That would just be the Carters hate you.
What is, thinking back to all of, music industry, what is one collaboration that has never happened that you want to happen or that you need to happen?
I would say part 2 of Telephone. That's all I need.
Should it be called Cell Phone?
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. It's because no one knows what a home telephone is anymore.
That's true. But they'll make it relevant again.
Yeah.
That's all I
would
need.
love a telephone part. But they kind of did with video phone.
Well, right.
But it wasn't as popular.
Video phone was the first one. And then after
I kind of like video phone more than telephone.
Well, video phone was really raw and that was that Beyonce's song? That was
it's Beyonce featuring Gaga.
Right. And then after they did I heard a rumor that Lady Gaga traumatized Beyonce because she smoked 9 joints on set. But then after that, Beyonce was like, we have to do another one. And they did Telephone. Yeah. And it was, I can die after that.
Yeah. I would love that.
Oh, Jake, I could sit here for hours and talk
I'm
about
going to tell you
culture.
Mine because you didn't ask me.
I'm sorry. Do tell.
I think for our generation, we have to hear Britney and Christina sing together.
Christina would not.
We heard them they did the Madonna VMAs,
right.
Like a virgin, but
a full collaboration. Yeah, I don't think Britney is interested, and it is not because of.
I don't think Britney's interested in anything.
Nothing. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't think she's not interested in doing it with Christina. She's not interested with doing it with anyone.
I will say that this came out a couple years. I think when Christina was promoting her last album, that she recorded a song with Pink. Who they always had this feud and this beef, but then they squashed it and were able to they were judges together on The Voice, or Christina brought her on as the guest judge for The Voice, and they got to work together. And then they said they recorded a song together, and no one's ever heard it. So I would love to hear that.
I would love to hear that.
Yeah,
because there's been beef.
Yeah.
So let's squash the beef. And Pink, I got to see her. She's an amazing performer.
She is on my list of people I would want to see live.
She was here at the Red Stadium, and she was That girl was flying around. I was like, girl, you do not need to be doing all of this. But I appreciated it. It was really, really good. So if she's around, we'll have to go next time.
Okay.
Kesha is in town next month.
I heard.
Yeah, July 16th, I believe, here at Riverbend.
Yes, I think it's on Wednesday. Yeah?
Yeah. The Culture Clash will be there just to bring you everything. And we'll be paying for it.
Who is opening for her, do you know?
I don't know. That's a good question. But just Kesha. I know I'm
Yeah.
going to see all millennials there.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring, Tums and Advil.
I also love the era that she's in now. I think she did like post, what was the guy, Dr. Luke? Is that his name?
Yes.
Post him, I think she went through this, obviously like a lot of emotions, and I feel like she kind of got off the Kesha brand that like made her so popular. And I
Yeah.
think now she's back into like, fuck everyone. Like, I'm back to being Kesha.
Sister and Slayers.
That's right.
Yes.
Sister Sisters.
That's
Okay.
the one. Yeah.
Yes. So I love that she's kind of back to Kesha.
And to bring it all the way around and finish up the Puff story moments, a lot of the hate that Katy Perry is receiving, it's not just because. It is because she worked with Dr. Luke, and Dr. Luke is a monster. And that is the reason why Katy Perry is in the situation that she
He
is.
still works with other artists, though.
Correct, but not a lot of artists that we care. But the fact that Katy Perry had a song called Women's World and this women empowerment, and then you go and work with Dr. Luke, that's when we say, like, girl, you got to talk the talk and walk the walk.
Right.
So there you go, Miss Katy Perry. If you want to win the gays back, start acting like it and not just talking about it on social media to make yourself look cool. Well, Jake, thank you so much for being here. You know, I
Yeah.
could sit here and talk to you about pop culture for
Forever.
hours.
Yeah.
But give us the last rundown of Cincinnati Pride.
Yeah. This is the big weekend, so culmination. So I like to say that Cincinnati saves the best for last. That's why when people say Columbus Pride and da-da-da, I'm like, Columbus Pride girl, like, no. Cincinnati Pride, saving the best for last. So June 28th, this Saturday, like you said, the parade kicks off at 11. It will go all through downtown and then ends at Sawyer Point. And then we are there until like 8 o'clock at night, just having fun. It stretches all the way across Sawyer Point, 3 stages, inclusive zones for every, sort of individual. We have free sunscreen around the park. We have free water stations around the park. There's misting stations for you to like walk through to keep cool. Tons of vendors, everywhere. Entertainment, like we said, on 3 different stages. And yeah, just a really, really great time to celebrate the community and not just celebrate, but also, we say this all the time, but Pride started as a protest. We are here. We're not going anywhere. You may think that you are silencing us, but we're just going to get louder, and you should know that gays are super sassy, so we will get louder and sassier. And we are just super excited to have everyone at Sawyer Point and at the parade.
June 28th, it all starts at 11 o'clock. I am so, so happy to see every single one of you. Happy Pride. If it's your first time coming to Pride, I promise you that the memories are going to last forever. Please be safe. If you see anything, if you feel some sort of way, please say something. There is going to be police officers, there is going to be security everywhere around. So please, please, please be safe, have fun, be queer. That is what we are here for. And like Jake said, this is not just a party. This is a protest to be exactly where we want to be. So thank you again for joining us today. Thank you for everyone who is deciding to come to Pride this weekend. Thank you, Jake, for being here.
Yeah.
And we will see you. Be safe. And last thing, if you're doing drugs, not that I'm encouraging, but please be safe, okay? Have fun, you guys. Have a good weekend.